What's good, YouTubers and YouTubex? This is JBsports back again with another one. Gonna talk about Eddie Hearn, man. He did an interview today. Eddie Hearn did an interview. He said that he believes Andy Ruiz will knock Deontay Wilder out in 5 rounds. That's what he said in the interview today, man. I think he was out there promoting the Dillian Whyte Oscar Rivas matchup this Saturday coming up in London. He was there promoting that, man, and he did an interview, and he basically said he thought Ruiz would knock out Wilder. He said he thinks Wilder has a weak chin. I don't know where he gets that from as far as weak chin. Wilder has never been knocked out. This is heavyweight boxing. He's probably, he's been stunned before. He was stunned and hurt a couple of times in the Fury fight. I think Molina stunned him. This heavyweight boxing can get stunned, but he's never been knocked out. Now, unlike AJ, the guy that Eddie Hearn actually promotes, man, has been knocked down 4 times against Andy Ruiz and was sparked out in that fight. So, Andy Ruiz was AJ was hurt badly in the Dillian Whyte fight. Dillian Whyte was basically a neon back then. He didn't know nothing. He had just got into boxing, man. He hadn't had any kind of amateur experience, and he hadn't had that many professional fights, and he rocked AJ, had him in bad trouble. So for him to call out Wilder's chin when Wilder has never even been knocked down in his career, it's laughable. You understand me? It's laughable. Like I said, he says Andy Ruiz is going to knock out Wilder if they fight in 5 rounds. Now, Eddie Hearn is AJ's promoter, so they just let you know that he feels in his heart of hearts that AJ is going to lose to Andy Ruiz in the rematch. He don't have any kind of confidence that AJ will be able to win the rematch. So he's basically saying in a roundabout way, predicting Ruiz that would knock Wilder out in 5 rounds, that Ruiz will once again beat AJ in a rematch, and then basically get ready to fight Wilder for unification if Wilder gets by Luis Ortiz. That just lets you know where his head's at, man. He's one thing about Eddie Hearn, he knows boxing. You can call him a liar, a snake in the grass, and all that type of stuff, man. But the guy knows boxing. He knows boxing, man. He's been around boxing his whole life. His father was promoted. He knows boxing. He knows that anything can happen in heavyweight boxing. AJ can land a punch and maybe knock out Andy Ruiz, but everything being equal, both guys bring their A game. Andy Ruiz is going to beat Anthony Joshua again. Anthony Ruiz has a faster hand. He's just, his style is all wrong for AJ, man. He and AJ has a chandelier glass jaw. Talking about Wilder's jaw, AJ's got a chandelier glass jaw. You feel me? He's got the worst jaw on this side of Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? He's got a real weak jaw. I don't know if it's something in the water out there in the UK, but you got a lot of guys that's known as glass jaws, man. Glass jaws fighters. Look at Frank Bruno, big, strong, Mr. Olympia's body. Couldn't take a punch, man. Everybody was thinking, well, shoot, man. Well, Mike Tyson knocks everybody out. He got put to sleep by, didn't he get put to sleep by he got put to sleep by several fighters. I was about to say Lennox Lewis, but I might be getting him mixed up with, Lennox Lewis. I think Lennox Lewis might have knocked up Bruno out. Yeah, Lennox Lewis knocked Bruno out. I'm getting him mixed up with this other guy that Tyson fought a couple of times, man. He knocked out in the first round. That kind of put Lennox Lewis on that on the national stage when he knocked that guy out. I think it was on Halloween, October 31st in London. He knocked out Razor Ruddock. That's what I'm talking about, Razor Ruddock. Lennox Lewis knocked out Razor Ruddock in London on Halloween night, and they put Lennox Lewis on the national stage, man. But those guys, they've known a lot of UK fighters, man. They've known a lot of those high profile fighters that when they come over here to fight the top names in America, man, they get sparked out, as people say in the UK. They get put to sleep. One hit a quitter type power puts them to sleep, man. So it is what it is, man. But Eddie Hearn is out here on the propaganda tour once again, man. Out here saying that he thinks Andy Ruiz will knock out Deontay Wilder in 5 rounds. He also said that he thought that Amir Khan, saying that him and Manny Pacquiao already signed for a fight in Saudi Arabia, but he's basically saying maybe a member of Pacquiao team talked with Amir Khan and told him to see how much money you can get out of Saudi Arabia. Go and announce that we've agreed to fight, and see how much money that you can get out of the investors in Saudi Arabia. And if you can get a big boatload of money we will agree to fight there. As Manny Pacquiao is making $20 million for the Keith Thurman fight. So maybe that's what Eddie Hearn was insinuating. Maybe that was the case. But according to Pacquiao, as Eddie Hearn said, Pacquiao saying there's no fight, no agreement, nothing's been signed. So he's basically saying that Amir Khan had a fight over there in Saudi Arabia. He said it was a bit of a joke, hating on his fight because Eddie Hearn wants Amir Khan to fight Kell Brook. He's been trying to make that fight for the last 3 or 4 years, and it hasn't come to fruition. But he was saying that he won that fight, and he said Amir Khan is trying to make that fight happen, man. He's out there in the media trying to promote and get things going as far as pursuing that fight. But he's also said that if he fights fights Kell Brook, man, he needs to fight Kell Brook because Amir Khan has never been in a domestic fight in the UK at a high level, like a Carl Froch Groves fight, fight of that caliber, a big UK domestic fight. He said Amir Khan has never been in that type of fight. He needs to try to have that fight before his career is over. So he said hopefully if he don't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, hopefully he can fight Kell Brook. He also said that he thought Amir Khan, if he didn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, he might try to fight the original opponent that he was supposed to fight in Saudi Arabia until he pulled out and he fought Billy Diaz instead. Maybe he try to fight him again. But Eddie Hearn is still trying to get that Kell Brook fight for Amir Khan. So it's kind of crazy, man. Amir Khan has showed you multiple times that he is not interested in Kell Brook. You guys need to get over here. Get over there. I told you in the last video, get over there. You still talking about Kell Brook. Kell Brook need to get out there and fight some credible opponents, man, and try to get another title shot. Either at 147, if he can't make 147, go up to 154, man. They got a lot of champions at 154. Maybe he can work himself into a position to fight one of those guys. You got J. Rock Williams. You got Tony Harrison. You got a lot of champions up there at that weight class that he possibly could fight. You got Jaime Munguia. Try to see if you can work your way up to that. Jaime Munguia is on the zone, so Kell Brook works with a Matchroom, and Eddie Hearn, he's affiliated with the zone too. So that'd probably be an easier fight to make than probably J Rock. J Rock is with PBC and Tony Harrison's with PBC. And out of those three, Jaime Munguia is the weakest champion. So I think Kell Brook should try to work his way up and try to get a fight with Munguia, try to catch him while he's still green and still lacks experience. Maybe you can beat him and get the WBO junior middleweight title. Just my opinion on that, man. We'll see what happens. But again, man, Eddie Hearn is just out here hating on Wilder again, man. Basically, it's his opinion, but it's a hating opinion, saying that Andy Ruiz would knock out Deontay Wilder. Now, another thing that shows you that, I think the guy asked him that he was talking about Dylan White, saying the WBC has made the fight with Oscar Ruiz for the WBC interim belt, and that it is for the mandatory position, and that they promised that he will get a fight with Wilder by May of 2020. He said Wilder, of course, is going to fight Luis Ortiz probably November 9th, and then that you've heard that Tyson Fury said he signed a fight to fight Wilder February 22nd. Say that's true. I have my doubts that that's true, but say that's true. He fights Fury, and then he said after he beat Fury, it'll be Wilder and White. Now another reporter did ask him, say, well, what if Fury beats Wilder? He said, oh, no problem at all. We'll fight Fury. He doesn't have a problem fighting Fury either. He said he agreed to fight Fury, and Fury turned the fight down for the diamond belt. So that goes, you gotta always read in between the lines. That goes to show you that he knows boxing. That's one thing I give you, Eddie Hearn. He knows boxing. He's a snake in the grass con artist, but he knows boxing. And he's basically telling you that he thinks Wilder will knock out Fury in the rematch. That's why he's basically saying White and Wilder will fight. The WBC has promised him White and Wilder by May 2020. If not, he would be saying, in some interviews he said Fury White winner, Fury Wilder winner, that they're looking to fight. But in this interview, he was saying, we will see White versus Wilder by May of 2020. And the reporter caught that. He said, well, what about Fury? He said, yeah, Fury wins, we'll fight Fury. No problem, man. He said he wanted to fight Fury next after Rivas, but Fury for the diamond belt, and Fury didn't want to fight. Fury turned it down. So he letting you know that he thinks that Wilder will be most sharp in the rematch. Wilder was doing that little jab step with his feet, and he was telegraphing his punches. That's why Fury was able to roll and duck and dodge those punches. And he's telling you that's the reason why, you know, and Wilder finally corrected that in the last round, and threw the 1-2 hitter quarter punches and was able to knock out Fury before he became the Undertaker and woke up and was able to beat the count, man. People still can't believe that to this day, and I can't. But he's telling you that, you know, he doesn't see that happening again. He knows Wilder probably be much sharper, as you've seen in the Dominic Brazil fight, and he feels that there's no way Fury is going to be able to stay away from that power for 12 rounds. There's no way he's going to be able to prevent from getting hit and getting caught with that right hand for 12 rounds. All he got to do is catch you with that right hand one time, and it's lights out. And he doesn't feel that Fury will be able to stay away for 12 rounds. That's basically what he's saying. That's why he said, you know, the WBC has promised us a fight with Wilder by May of 2020. Instead of saying the Wilder Fury winner in the interview. He knows that, just like he knows Andy Ruiz is gonna more than likely beat his favorite son and Anthony Joshua come in November, December of later this year. He knows that's more probability that's going to happen than AJ coming back and winning his title back. That's why he said he felt Andy Ruiz would knock out Wilder. It was a little bit of hate, but it was a little bit of honesty as far as he doesn't really. If he trust me, if he wasn't AJ promoter and he was just some analyst on boxing, he was telling you what he thinks. He thinks Ruiz is going to beat Anthony Joshua. And if he was some analyst and not a promoter, and you know, especially like, you know, a hater of Deontay Wilder, and you know, because of all the things that he said about Wilder and the things that Wilder said about him, and the back and forth and the failed negotiations and the BS that was going on, especially on Eddie Hearn's part, he's telling you that he believes Deontay Wilder is going to beat if he fights Fury in the first place. He might not fight Fury, but if he fights Fury, he feels he's going to beat him and knock him out in the second time. That's why he said Wilder White by May 2020, not White versus the Wilder Fury winner. Slipped up and said White versus Fury instead of White versus Wilder. So that's just my 2 cents on it, man. Just giving you my opinion on Eddie Hearn in his recent interview, man. But again, today, man, we got the Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman press conference. If anything exciting comes from that press conference, man, maybe I'll do another video later on about that, man. We'll see what takes place with that press conference, man. Getting ready for the big fight coming up this Saturday, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, man, and kick back a little bit, man, and relax. And I'll let you guys, if I do another video later on, it'll probably be about the Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman press conference. I'm about to get up out of here. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.